يا Josh. Josh, I have a student that's having a hard time. Mother's was online calling to find out how they can get in. They said the hotspot isn't working, the phone, the email wasn't working. That's Tiana Nitimia. Tiana. Trying to call the mother back. Did you hear me, Josh? Tiana is not working. She tried getting on. Mother's been calling. The hotspot isn't working. They don't know how to get the password off the hotspot. Mr. Greer, can you hear me? Mother's calling. The hotspot is
Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our live session today, Hopi Junior High School live session on YouTube for day 2 of our week, starting the school week. And so let me give you a rundown of what's happening today in our agenda, and then I will turn it over to Mr. Naha for his welcome. So we'll have a welcome by Mr. Naha, and then I will give you an address for today. We also are going over the attendance policy and the student handbook with a message from the Dean of Students, Dr. Cronin. We will also have IT addressing you to talk about technology and what do you do if you're running into issues. At this point, I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Naha to give you a welcome address for today.
Okay, good morning. I'm probably going to come off really choppy. It looks like I'm having some bandwidth issues today. So just let me know if I'm not coming in clear, anyone on the staff. So good morning once again. It's good to have you all on board and watching over YouTube today. Just want to kind of jump into right away to kind of just do some housekeeping so you're aware of where to go. So I'm going to present to you this morning our new Hopi Junior Senior High School website. You can still find our website at HJSHS.org. So the acronym for Hopi Junior Senior High School. When you're anywhere in this website, and it doesn't matter where, so if you're in any specific part and you need to get back to the main page, and I'm going a little slow here, so you're gonna just give me some time to have things pull up today. So if you're stuck on a page and you want to go back, this Hopi Bruin Paw is your way home back to the main page. So the Hopi Bruin Paw, you just click on it and it'll take you right back to that very first page. Sometimes major announcements will pop up on the screen. If there's something that we need you to know or information, this alert will go right to the main screen. Anytime you're on the main screen, you'll be able to see that information. So for now, students, your big area, and although you can access it through these links up here above, your main access to find stuff right now for that you need, like your troubleshooting, your links to different areas, can all be found here. So you'll see under, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see news and announcements. You'll see the link today for the YouTube streaming. And then here is, as we populate them, they will start popping up from left to right. So this one just popped up, and I don't know if you've even seen this. This is, and I'll let Mrs. Fredericks explain this later, but this is where you'll go to know what your teacher's office hours are. So it has all the information there of when your teacher's available for their office hours. It's got all the documents that you need. Here are the tutoring on-call hours. And again, we'll go over this in a little bit more detail, but you will see throughout this website that you can find all the information and questions that you need if you just look for the information. Once again, if I want to go back to the main home page, I can click back, but I can also click the Bruin Paw, and it will take me right back to the main home page of the website. The next one all has to do with how to log into Canvas. So if you're having difficulty, need troubleshooting of how to log into Canvas, look for the one that the document that says Canvas. It has a quick YouTube video, and I'm not going to play that. And then it has the sign-in information, which some of you are probably familiar and have seen this for a while.
Mr. Nahak, can you refresh your browser to the home page? I did a little update just a while ago.
Sure, I'll do that in a sec. So here's all the instructions again of how to access your thing, get into Canvas. Really simple instructions. You just got to get that information that you received from the respective schools. If you haven't received all your passwords, a reminder to check your mail. All of that was sent to your mail. Some of you did receive it in person, but if you haven't received it, it's probably in your mailbox right now. Okay, looks like we did get some updates. So as you can see, we can do this in real time. Our IT personnel, you got your how to log into your school Google email account, how to log into your Canvas account through your school email. And then some of you are receiving hotspots again, or if you have one of the older hotspots and you haven't used in a while, how to connect to your hotspot. So all the links are directly right there. So if I want to look at troubleshooting for my hotspot, because I know
each Alcatel link zone will come in its own box. When you get your link zone, the battery and the SIM card will already be installed.
So you'll see all of that information there. Now, if you want to see all the rest of the announcements, you can click on this arrow here and it'll take you to the next one and the next one. I like this one just to show all. And it has everything that was on the main page, the first three links there. It had the link to the YouTube. I showed you this one with the office hours and tutoring hours. There's the sign-in instructions for Canvas that I just went over. This one is very important. It's Hopi Junior Senior High School Distant Learning Information for Students. This gives you the schedule for the week. So most of you have received that or looked at this. So this is our schedule for the first week. And this is our schedule down below, which will be week after week from starting on 9/14. So if you want to know what's happening this week, all you need to do is pull up the Bell schedule and the weekly virtual schedule starting next week. I'm going to show that to you one more time because this is a very important page. So again, news and announcements, you can either just click the right arrow here or you can go to show all. And you're looking for the one that says Hopi Junior Senior High School Distant Learning Information for Students. So that's where I pulled up your calendar for the week and you'll see two other links there. There's your intro to Canvas. This was the document created by ASU Prep Digital. And it will also walk you through some of the finer points of Canvas. So really good information to see there. And you even have instructions for week 1 of what to do. So this was created by Mrs. Fredericks, and it tells you what you should be doing every day. Right now, you should have logged in to your Canvas and logged into the Zoom meeting link that your teacher set up for your first hour, and they take attendance. You have to do that every day, students. You need to get in, talk to your first hour teacher so they can mark you present for the day. So we are still taking attendance. Attendance is very important. Your live sessions, telling you what to do for week 1. And then you've got your independent work this week through Canvas to learn all about the program. So this is your instructions for this week. Again, you want to go home, just click on the Bruin. Alerts will come up. Looks like there was one added on with the online student bell schedule. So they're all right there. Some of these that I just went over, again, you can pull them up just right in this alert screen that pops up. So we're populating this with some of the most important information, and you can also link into them right here. There's information for parents. So there to meet with the teachers and the administrators every night. They have their own schedule this week. So there's information about Canvas to them, similar to the one that I just showed you a while ago. And then here's their schedule. So your parents, guardians should be logging in every night from 6 to 7 o'clock. And it gives them their schedule for the week. So yesterday we talked a little bit about Zoom and Canvas and StrongMind. Tonight we're talking about the calendar, the daily schedule on the school website. So that's important information to tell your parents to pull up on that section so they know what's happening for the week. And good, we got some technology resources now linked right up into there. that's really right now the main parts you need to be focused on. We got recordings with the student meeting we had last week, the parent meeting. If you need information about the meals, it is in this section as well. It's kind of down on the list. But I went over this yesterday with you all, and you can pull up the schedule for distribution of meals. Again, it happens every Monday, except for like yesterday when we had a holiday on Monday. So then the distribution will be that first day we come back, which was Tuesday yesterday. There'll be the menu there for the week. So hopefully you got your meals. And we'll continue to tweak that for everyone as well. So this section is very important if you want to find what you need to find. Okay, that's about the main parts that you need to use. There's a whole bunch of information regarding our like reintroduction plans, other parent meetings. You'll see that there are 6 pages worth. This is only the first 10, the last 10 that we presented. But if you want to look at the archives, there's stuff about Strong Mind, COVID updates, our reintroduction documents. So they're all there with the various information we've been posting over the summer into this fall. So that's your go-to. Your alerts will also be the main troubleshooting. So again, if I want to look at the OneVal student schedule, I can just click the alert and it takes you right there. Yesterday, you were shown some other areas and educational support documents under academics. So academics is your schooling. It's got the different courses we offer, but the main part that you want to focus on if you also want to receive some assistance and some guidelines or some troubleshooting is right here under educational support departments. And again, it's under the academics tab. You just put your cursor over it. Scroll down right here to educational support departments. And you'll want to go to the one that's information technology, IT, information technology. And you'll have the desk hours for our 2 IT support specialists, their extensions, their emails. And please be very patient. The line for everyone being serviced is pretty long right now. So they have to work with each individual, each family, each student individually. It may take 5 minutes, it may take 20 minutes. So they're backed up and they're helping as much as you can, but it will take time. And you all do need to be patient. I know you want someone to connect with someone instantly, but they're the ones who can help you. Some of the secretaries know the basic things to help you, but they don't know everything, especially if you're working with your computer specifically, but their information is there. So I'm going to go through this one more time because it's very important where to access this. Academics, educational support departments, information technology, IT. You'll first get to their main screen with their contact information, and then all of these links are very important as well. The Canvas link gives you a little bit of information, logging in, troubleshooting, what to do. So there's that information. If you're having issues with Canvas, it gives you various guides of what to do. There's a video of how to log into Canvas through your Google, how to sign into your Gmail. Some of you will be working with Zoom with your teachers. And it tells you all the information there. If you've never worked with Zoom before, how to sign up for Zoom. You can download Zoom into your computer, how to join a Zoom meeting. If your meeting has a passcode, you have to type in that passcode before you enter into the room. How to share your screen. This link here is really cool. It gives you the link to join a meeting, host a meeting. So most of you will be clicking join to join a meeting when your teacher gives you that link. You can also just directly paste it to your web address window here, and it'll go directly to that meeting. There's that connection. That's the video. And ASU Prep. So those of you who are taking ASU Prep, there's the login information right there. So one more time, how do you access all of this? Academics, educational support documents, information technology, and there's all the information here and on the links on the side here. Really, those are your main areas you'll be going, students. You saw the schedule for the week, but if you really need to know your schedules, it's under students. There's your email link up there too to get into your email. But the only really thing right now that you'll need is maybe if you want to take a look at what your bell schedule is like. And that's our day of what it looks like. And that is it. And it looks like we are adding a significant amount on the alerts right now. So I see the information for parents. So now when you pop in, you really only have to click on the alerts and it'll take you right there. How to log into my Canvas account.
I'm going to show you how to log into your Canvas.
Okay. So that's a little bit of maneuvering. You got your calendar of events that will tell you things that are happening here at the school here. And then these useful links as well. If you want to go directly to your login for ASU Prep, they're down here also. There's your link there. You got your student email link. And I'm not going to click it because it takes me right to my Gmail account automatically because I'm already signed in. And then the student parent portal. So this is very important to check your grades. Your parents got the information for the grades. So campus student, campus parent right here. Again, you can check your grades in real time as your teacher enters the grades into Infinite Campus. You'll be able to see what grades you got. So this populates in real time. So you can check your grades once those are completed by your teacher. And so reminder, students, this week, if we go back to the calendar for the week, no one should be doing any coursework right now. You all should be focusing this week on Canvas. And I know some of you are probably getting it pretty fast, went through the sessions already. So the teachers just want me to remind you all, focus on what's this week. The learning happens next week. All your course content, all the real learning from the curriculum that your teachers have developed and the lessons that they've developed for you is next week. This week is just to get our feet wet and for you to learn how to maneuver, how to connect. Very important. It says up here, attendance. Log into your first hour so that your first hour teacher can take attendance. All right, so that is it. So that's a little bit about where you're to go to, especially this web page is very important. This becomes very important for you to find information, to find troubleshooting information, connections to different things such as your email, your Canvas, instructions. So please take some time to review this website and go through it. But it's a really nice comprehensive website, and it's got other things for your parents. It's got stuff for people looking for a job here at Hopi Junior Senior High School. Eventually, when we have our athletics running, more information will be posted there, our governing board meetings. So take a look at it, guys. Okay, thank you. So at this time, I'll go ahead and turn the time over to Mrs. Fredericks and the rest of the team for the rest of the presentations today. Please take care of yourself out there. Stay warm. That was a nice cold front we got overnight, and it's probably pretty chilly this morning for some of you. I love the cold though. It always invigorates me. So stay warm out there though. Stay positive, and don't hesitate to reach out if you need any assistance or help. Your teachers, secretaries, administration, or IT personnel are all here to help you. Thank you.
Mr. Naha, can you give me access to share my screen during the presentation?
I think Josh can. Josh is the host.
Okay,
You can
It's
go ahead and
shareable.
share your screen now.
okay, all right. I just need it, not quite yet, but I'll need it during my presentation. Okay, good morning, everybody. Like Mr. Naha said, it's kind of a chilly morning. I even have my sweater on because I'm a little bit cold in my office here. But good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning on day 2 of our start of the year week. And I'm glad everybody's on. Today, I'm going to go over some attendance information. I'm going to share a video from the Dean of Students that talks about the student handbook and some new things related to the handbook and related to the virtual learning. And then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about growth mindset. And then I'll have Josh take over by talking to you about some of the things that you may run into and how would you troubleshoot those issues with technology. Okay. All right, so I'm going to start off and talking to you about attendance and what you need to know right now. And I'm just going to give you general about attendance right now. And then maybe towards Friday, then I'll have Kathleen come on with the actual document of attendance and go over that in more detail, okay? So attendance right now, it's just very important that you log in at 8:15 with your first hour teacher, okay? They should have sent you a Zoom link for daily login to the Zoom meetings. And either in your email or you can log into Canvas and there should be an announcement on there with the Zoom invitation right in your Canvas account, okay? So really important to get used to that. Every day, 8:15, log in for attendance because that could start affecting your grade if you don't log in and we have that down. And it's just gonna be one time a day. So get yourself up and log in and get attendance done first thing in the morning, okay? So right now this week, we know that everybody's getting used to everything and logging in. And so not so strict this week, although we are tracking it, and you may get a phone call from Kathleen if you didn't log in, and it's just courtesy calls this week to make sure if everybody knows how to log in and get you set on the right path, okay? And then after that, starting next week, then we'll start recording it down, okay? And your teachers may actually give you points for attendance in logging in. So if you don't and you get too many absences, then we start following the policy, and then it can start affecting grades and things like that. So make sure that you just do that each morning for attendance, okay? Like I said, later on in the week on Friday, we'll go through the details of the attendance and what it actually says in there, okay, and your requirements. All right, so that's attendance. The next thing that I want to share is a little video that was provided by the Dean of Students, and it talks about the area of the student handbook and behavior and information related to virtual learning. Okay, so let me share that right now. I hope it works. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Okay.
Ms. Frederick, you just need to press the view options on top and press share screen, share sound.
Okay, let me go back. Uh-oh. Okay. All right, we're at share screen and then view options.
Oh, yeah. Go to options on top, hover that thing on top, and then go to options, and it should say share sound, and just click on it, you know. If there's a check mark, then there'll be sound for the video.
I don't see the options. Is there options thing?
Like, oh, you have to share your screen and then open up the video that you're gonna share first.
Oh, first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Share
sometimes
screen.
videos don't work so much. Okay. And then
And then open up your video that you're gonna share.
oh, okay. Mhm. Okay.
And then,
See that?
okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay, then pause it.
community, it is indeed a privilege.
Oh, you can hear us. We can hear it.
Can you hear it?
Often
Okay.
comes
All right.
a
good.
lot of opportunities, and we're certainly looking forward to this year as a year of many opportunities. I'd like to welcome everybody back for this school year and go over very quickly the changes to the student handbook that we've been working on this summer. The first major issue to go over: with online classes, there is expected etiquette that we expect all students and professional staff to follow. This etiquette includes making sure we do not use profanity, post anything that is inappropriate. As far as political content, it is an election year. There's also sexual contact and materials that just are not appropriate. So we would ask that you follow that etiquette, and this is all outlined in the student handbook in the discipline matrix starting on page 31. With regards to the changes, the very first one that I want to direct you to is Appendix J. Appendix J at the very end of the student handbook is something that follows some of the etiquette that all of us are going to, that outlines what we're going to need to do this year. And some of those changes, they're critical because it protects your health and it protects the health of the entire school community. There are cleanliness standards, there are face mask standards, health standards, there are social distancing standards. All of these must be followed so that we protect ourselves and protect each other into the foreseeable future. This will remain in effect until the COVID-19 crisis is over, if it's over. Some other changes that I'd like to highlight. It's very important that you look at the matrix starting on page 31, because you'll notice that it's in a slightly different format this year. And the reason it's in this format is because the people working, the committee that was working on the handbook, determined that having a format like this would be much easier for everybody in the community to access information. And we can look at what some of those definitions are and what some of the behavior expectations are this year. Some other changes include if you start looking back around in the 20s, around page 22 or so, there's references to the special needs students and some changes that we've made this year that we were required to do during a Bureau of Indian Education audit. So we would ask that you take a look at some of those, and these have been approved by the governing board, so they are official policy that we will be following. We realized that there were a lot of changes this year, that some of these, so for instance, Appendix I, the schedule there we will not be following until students return to the campus. We have a temporary schedule that we will be following that includes the online portion of what we are doing, at least for the first 9 weeks. So we would expect to be following that schedule, but the calendar and everything else reflects the fact that we have started on September 8th and will continue until June of next year instead of May, which we typically do. It's a real privilege to be working with all of you again this year. And I will personally be on leave for a few weeks at the beginning of the school year, but I will be working from home due to a health situation. If you need to reach me, my email is still intact. My office numbers are still intact. So thank you very, very much. Let's have a successful school year. Make this the best possible situation we can. Thank you.
Okay, with that, students, so that's our Dean of Students, Dr. Cronin, with a message about behavior. And it's different and the same, I guess, as in a virtual environment. You are taking classes virtually, but the rules in the student handbook still apply to behavior, okay? So I talked with everybody yesterday about my message was that to do you, but to do the best of you. And the best of you, you always have to think about how are you going to keep yourself in check, because you're old enough to do that now, to keep yourself in line and in check. And even us as teachers, employees, you know, there's rules that we have to follow. And so the student handbook outlines for you what your behavior needs to be in class, okay? And in this virtual environment, when you're on the Zoom meetings, when you're with your teachers, when you're together with your classmates in the virtual environment, you need to think about that as you being in school, as you being in the classroom. And so in that environment, then the rules apply as it does in school when you're here physically in the building. The same thing applies, okay? So think about it, because you're old enough, you're mature enough to keep yourself in check. So in a sense, nobody really needs to remind you about your behavior, because most of the times we know what's right from wrong, okay? And so think about it of doing you and doing the best of you and behaving in the right ways, because you all can do that for yourself. Nobody really needs to remind you, because inherently we pretty much know what's not right and what's right, okay? So think about it that way, and just think at the heart of it is respect, of being respectful to your students, fellow classmates, talking to them well, you know, and the best advice is, you know, treat others how you want to be treated, okay? So think about that, okay? And what you say in your actions, how you treat the teachers, other staff, that's really just important to think about as you go along and you participate in the virtual learning, okay? And I know you guys can all do that, because we've seen really good things in the spring, and didn't have very many problems in that area, and we hope that continues, because we do believe in you guys, and we want a good environment, and that's created by you all following that and keeping yourself in check and in line with what we have put into the student handbook. Okay. So with that said, I'd like to talk to you. You know, yesterday I talked to you about doing you and doing the best of you. Okay. So how do you do the best of you? Okay. The best of you comes with growth. Okay. I think every day we have to look at ourselves, and every day, again, is a new day. You get up energized and you say, I'm going to make this my best day. Okay. And every day we should be working on ourselves and growing. Okay. And sometimes things come into our life where it's a lot more difficult. There's sometimes we have a lot more struggles that we're going through. Okay. And so how is the best way to keep your mind focused? What is the best way to help you succeed? Okay, so I want to play a video on growth mindset. And our mind has a lot to do with if we're successful or not, and if we're able to take challenges, if we're able to get through the struggles. Sometimes it's all in our mind. So I want to play a video on growth mindset, and then I'll talk to you right after the video again on this area. Can you see it? Oops. Are you able to see this?
Yes.
Okay. Oops. I don't know if it's the streaming or what happened here.
What she calls a
Let me go back.
relationship between what we believe. Did you notice a trait that doesn't change much? Did you know there's a powerful relationship between what we believe about how we learn and our actual achievement? Dr. Carol Dweck studies students. These students believe you're born with a certain and help.
Wait a second. I think that's the wrong one. Started.
Do you know this guy? Need some hints?
It's not playing there. Sorry, guys.
Never knew that.
It's playing the wrong one. Let me see.
Do you know this guy? Need some hints? As a kid, he struggled with school. He dropped out of college after only 6 months, and for money, would return Coke bottles for 5-cent refunds. Okay, one more. He helped found a company called Apple. You see, Steve Jobs wasn't born rich or a genius, but he did have a growth mindset. Simply put, growth mindset means that with effort, you can train your brain to get smarter. That's right. Scientists have learned that the human brain acts a lot like a muscle, and using your brain can actually cause it to grow and even get heavier. You see, when you learn new things, tiny connections in the brain multiply and get stronger. The more you challenge your mind to learn, the more brain cells you grow, leading to a stronger, smarter brain. As a result, things that once seemed hard actually become easier. People with a growth mindset know that it takes effort to train your brain. Start by exploring new information. Learning something new can be scary, and you might get frustrated, but it's only because you haven't yet made the connections your brain needs. It's up to you to take charge. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Just like exercising your body, repeating an action builds strength. Read, write, or say something important at least 5 to 10 times to make it stick. Most importantly, don't give up. When something is hard, that's when you need more effort, not less, to build those connections in the brain. Say, here's one more. Do you know this person? Need a hint? The growth mindset, they can train their brain to become stronger and smarter.
Okay, so that's a little bit about growth mindset. And growth mindset is at the heart of, we also have a program in the school called AVID. And that's at the heart of all of the lessons and everything is trying to get to, in your brain, to get back to a growth mindset. And in our lives, sometimes we kind of go back and forth between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And if you take a look at it as fixed mindset of somebody who thinks that you're just born the way you are and you can't change anything. And this idea of I can't do things because I'm not good at that. That's kind of like a fixed mindset. But a growth mindset is somebody who you get your mind to thinking more positively, that life is about growth, that in order for you to grow, you have to put effort into the things that you do to become better at it. And so part of growth and growth mindset is not that you're born with things, but if I put effort into it, if I practice, then I can grow at anything that's put before me. All of the challenges, all of the struggles, that if you think in your mind that I can do it, I can get past anything, because life is about growth. The struggles in your life, the failures in your life are all a part of growth. And it doesn't mean that you take things personally, that it's a part of life and that these things are put before you so that it helps you to grow as an individual in your life. And so with that, with a growth mindset, persistence is very important. In everything that you're trying to do is that you get your mind to thinking that everything placed before me, I can get past it. I just need to practice. I need to allow myself to succeed. And part of learning is failure until I'm able to accomplish it and learn it. An attitude of positivity, and all of those things that I'm talking about: effort, persistence, growth, practice, not giving up, positivity, meeting the struggles and the failures heads on and saying you're going to get through it. All of those things that you build in yourself. And when your mind tries to take you back to a fixed mindset of I can't do this, then you switch your mind back and say, no, I've got a growth mindset. I'm going to grow. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to be positive. And all of those things that you build in yourself is the best of you. And if you keep thinking about those things, all of the things you face in life will become easier because you're allowing yourself to grow. You're allowing and saying that, yeah, this is all a part of life and it's my journey, and everybody's going to have their own journey. So when I talk about being you and being the best of you, you have your own uniqueness. You're going to be placed with challenges. You're going to be given a different life than somebody else, and it's your journey. But it's your mind that you've got to think about that helps you to get through things, or it can hinder you. And so when I'm talking about growth mindset, try to do that this year. try to, when things you face are hard, try to meet it with positivity. Try to think about that I'm going to put effort into practicing this and putting my effort into it because I know I can do this eventually. And so that's the message I'd like to leave for today is from yesterday. Do you do the best of you, be the best of yourself, and think when you meet challenges of a growth mindset, because that's going to get you a long ways in your education and in your life. Okay. And so with that, that's my message for this morning. And now I'd like to turn it over to Josh Sinagini, who's the IT, and I want him to go over things as far as technology. What are the things that you can do to troubleshoot some of the situations in this virtual environment, and any kind of things that he thinks he wants to share with you. And then I'm not sure if the students are able to ask questions today, but I'll leave that up to you now, Josh. So I'll turn it over to you, the IT, Josh.
Good morning. Sorry to interrupt on this session, but I am currently on the phone with Canvas trying to get this all situated. So if you can give me about maybe 10 minutes, I should be fine.
All right, 10 minutes. I gotta fill it for 10 minutes. Okay. Mr. Naha shared with you a calendar, online schedule. Let me share that with you and talk about the teacher office hours and their online hours, so you get that information as well. So let me fill the time with that. Okay. So let me share my screen again and see if I can find that document for you. Okay, so I'm sharing the online bell schedule that we're going to be using for the year. The top part of it shows you the first week of school, and then the bottom part shows you the regular schedule that we're going to be following starting next Monday. Okay, so next week, if you look in the calendar, there's gonna be days where there's gonna be live sessions, and there's recorded sessions and independent sessions. The recorded instruction is gonna be where the teachers are going to be recording things, and you go into your Canvas and you open it up, and there are little videos that tell you about what's happening for the week, lessons on there, things you need to know. So on Mondays, you're looking at the recorded instruction. On Tuesdays, we have live synchronous instruction and independent. Whenever you see independent, that means that you're working on your own with the assignments that the teacher's given you, and it's in Canvas. The live sessions are like the Zoom meetings where the teacher will send it to you, or it's right embedded right into Canvas where it says open up this Zoom link at this certain time. Then you go in there. And live synchronous means together. Synchronous is a new word, okay? If you don't know that already, it means together. And that's where the teacher's trying to create an environment where you're together. And through those Zoom meetings, you can gather together, and you have almost a classroom type thing where you can see the other students in class and your teacher. You can interact and have like a classroom session. So what I want you to pay attention to here is this green area on Wednesdays, okay? And it's highlighted in there where 8:15 to 12:53, it says all classes are independent. So on Wednesdays, you'll be learning independently, but from 8:15 to 12:53, that's gonna be a time where the teachers are gonna have set office hours here in the green area. Set office hours where you can email them, and they're gonna always be available. Not the whole time, okay? They're gonna have set hours. So Mr. Naha showed you on the website where you can go in, and there's a document in there. And it shows you for each teacher what their office hours are and when you can reach them. And it even has their email for all of the teachers, and it tells you the time. So if you're thinking like maybe Tuesday you had a problem with your your math work, or you have got a question for your math teacher, you can go in there, look up your math teacher's name and their email, and then email them your question. So this is sort of independent time where you can get help with your teachers, okay? Down here in the blue area, on Wednesdays, the teachers will be actually having some trainings and working together, okay? So Wednesdays is independent, but you can contact your teacher for the office hours during that green area where it's highlighted, okay? The other thing I wanted you to be aware of too is tutoring hours. How does tutoring work in a virtual environment? From 3:40 to 4:30 each day, your teacher's gonna be available at least 2 times a week for tutoring, okay? In that document that Mr. Naha showed you on the website, you can look it up and you can see what your teacher's tutoring hours are. What days are they gonna be available? And for tutoring, you would just email your teacher like in the morning of that day and let them know, hey, Mrs. Lugmakima, I need tutoring. I'm gonna stay for your tutoring. And let them know in an email, and they can send you the information for the Zoom link, or you can say, I just wanna chat with you on the email about my problems, okay? Issues that I'm having with the learning. So you can check on their schedules online, which teachers have which days for the tutoring, okay? And then we also worked in sort of like a helpline or an on-call line. There's also another schedule on the website that will outline what days teachers are gonna be online for that help. So we have at least a teacher in every subject on each evening from 5 to 7. And that was at the request of parents, because some parents say they come back about that time in the evening and they're trying to help you out with your learning. And so it gives you people that are available, okay? You contact them, email them, and they can go on a Zoom meeting with you, or answer your questions through an email. So that would be 5:30 to 7 each night, but you've got to check on that schedule to see which teachers are available, okay, that evening. So there's plenty of times that are available for you to get help, okay, through the office hour time, through the tutoring time, or through the on-call time, okay? So I just want to let you know that there is a lot of support for you worked into the schedule, and just check those office hours, tutoring times, on-call times to see when your teachers are available for you, okay? And I think we will start those tutoring hours and on-call hours until next week, because this week we're just having the orientation type things for the first week of school, okay? Okay, Josh, are you available now to do your section? Josh, have you come back?
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I'm here, Lynn.
Okay, go ahead and turn it over to you for your presentation.
Okay. All right, good morning, students. So how to go about troubleshooting some of the problems you may be having. It's like Mr. Naha mentioned earlier, it's all on the website, okay? Let me share my screen real quick. So you'll find most of everything on here. So when you go on the website, this alert box will pop up right here, as he mentioned. I know this wasn't here yesterday. I was working on it earlier this morning. So you should be able to solve most of your problems on here, okay? But if it's a password issue, then yeah, you're gonna have to email us, okay? This tab right here, Technology Resources, that's gonna lead you to our IT homepage right here, okay? This homepage here is not set in stone yet, okay? I am still revising some of these here and there. So, but this is where you want to go to get all your information, okay? So earlier you guys saw the links down below, I actually just removed them and put them in the phrase like sign up for Zoom, download Zoom clients. So if you click on, let's say meeting and passcode, it's going to take you to the website on Zoom. Okay. But there will be more resources coming soon. I am still working on it. I do plan on maybe making YouTube videos on how to do this and how to do that, like how to log into your Google, how to connect your hotspot. But yeah, as Mr. Naha mentioned, he pretty much covered most of it. Everything's going to be on this website. Okay. What I would suggest is try to first go to the website, read what's on the website, and if it's not working, then you can contact IT. Okay. And I know I've gotten plenty of phone calls last night. You know, usually I'm working from 8 to 4:30, and after 4:30, I'm on my time. So if you call after 4:30, most likely I'm not going to be picking up because I'm not working. But usually 8 to 4:30, we are here on campus. As Mr. Naha mentioned, yeah, we are flooded with a lot of work orders, and we will get to you as soon as we can. Right now, I know a lot of you guys want to get your Canvas right away, but that's what I'm working on right now. So hopefully later on today, you should get your Canvas going today. But I'll just do a refresher from yesterday. So again, how to log into your Google. Just let me go and sign out real quick. So remember, you go to sign in. First, you're gonna put in your email and your password. Okay. Your password is very simple. As I put on the paper, it's Hopi, capital HOPI, and 5 digits of your student ID number. Okay. It's always going to be that password. And for some reason, if it doesn't work, as I've said, just reach out to us. Okay. So now, when you see the first letter initial in your name, when you see it up here, then you know you're logged in. Okay. And a lot of you are asking how to log into Canvas. Okay. As I mentioned yesterday, look to the upper right corner. You'll see Gmail, images, and these 9 dots. You want to click on these 9 dots right here. But I'm going to do this just for demonstration. This is what if this happens. So if you click on Canvas, if you get this error, Canvas doesn't have an account for user, that means you're not on Canvas yet. This is what we're trying to figure out right now. So many of you guys have similar last names and first initials, so that's what really threw off the student information. So we're trying to go back into it, and we want to make sure that we pair the emails onto Canvas, and that way we can get your Canvas information. Okay. So if you get this error, we are aware of this. We want to get this resolved as soon as possible. I can guarantee you that we will have it ready the latest, maybe about Thursday or Friday. But for sure, next week you should have it. So, okay. Alrighty. And for some of you guys, I enrolled you guys in the Canvas student training. Whoops, hang on there. So this is what you'll be pretty much working on first week of school. It's pretty simple. If you guys don't see this in your dashboard, okay, if you don't see this Canvas student training, just email me and I will add you on to the module. Okay. And that's pretty much all I have for now. So I'll go ahead and just return it back to Lynn, Mrs. Fredericks.
Okay, I want to give Josh and the IT people a shout out for their good effort. They've been working so hard at putting the technology out there for you, getting the laptops ready and all of the programs that take a lot of work to get going. So just be patient right now with our IT. We have over 400 students in the school, plus the teachers and the staff, and they have a lot of work to do. And just know that we will support you, that we will be getting all of your questions answered this week. And if you email Josh or call them, they will get back with you and help you through your problems. Also, I'd like to make you guys aware that yesterday we gave out laptops to the new students. So that they are able to access the learning, and students who in the spring had their Chromebooks and hotspots, just to make you aware that you're still using those same Chromebooks and hotspots from the spring, okay? We don't have new ones to give out right now. We're utilizing the Chromebooks and the hotspots that we had from the spring, okay? So if you have a Chromebook and hotspot, you're set, okay? And we are trying to be able to give and be able to check in with students that they do have a device to use and a hotspot. So if you have extra ones out there, you know, let us know so we can get them back to the school so that we're able to give and make sure that every student has a device to get on and access the learning, okay? If you do not completely have a hotspot, or you completely don't have a Chromebook to use so that you can get on and access the learning, then the next step is to contact your office, the junior high office, the secretary, Ms. Bonimtiwa, or Eileen, okay? And you can go to the website, it has their email there, and the best way is to email them, okay? Let them know that you don't have a Chromebook or a hotspot to access the learning, okay? And that's the first step. And then they'll match it up against our records to see if you got one in the spring or not, okay? Because we got to make sure that we don't have 2 or 3 out there per student, that we only have enough so that we give one to each student. And then if their internet's not good, then a hotspot. If your internet's good at home, you don't need a hotspot, okay? Only those students who need the hotspot are those where your connection's not so good. And the hotspot can only go so far, okay? If you live way out there and you got no electricity and way out in the boonies somewhere and you can't even get internet from the companies, then probably a hotspot is not going to work for you so well. Or if you can't get cell service where you're at, a hotspot may not do so good for you as well, okay? But communicate with us. We do want to get to those students who are out there and just don't have anything at all, like a Chromebook, or they're sitting there and I don't know what to do, okay? Then email myself or your junior high office or the high school office so that we get your name down, okay? And then we'll call and connect with you and work with you on it, okay? Just want to make you aware of that, all right? And shout out to all the teachers out there who are doing a good job. They're getting lessons going for you. They're meeting with you in the morning. We got a good Bruin family together, okay? And I think of it as a family because we get close to you. You know, I remember when I was teaching and all of the kids in my class just seemed like they were my kids because I spent so much time with all of my students. And as a principal, I don't see you so closely as the teachers do, but we all are a family together. We spend so much time together. And so I want you to think of it that way. We're all here as staff. We're all here as teachers, as administrators. We're here to support you. But you got to reach out to us and let us know what are the things that you're having issues with, and then we can help in trying to assist you. Okay? All right, guys. So that's our messages and our announcements and information for today. Again, I want to go over the regular schedule. Okay, 3 things to remember. Tomorrow is going to be the same thing. Okay, 8:15, log in for daily attendance. Second step is go to the website and Josh will have the live session link up again. We'll have another session tomorrow for the live sessions. And then the rest and remainder of today, this afternoon, log into your Canvas account. And I think you had about 2 people today to show you how to get into your Canvas account. Go in there, log in, and then do your independent work. It should show up in there, your Canvas training module, and start working through it, okay? You wanna make it your goal Friday to try to get your modules done, okay? That just helps you so that you're aware and know about how to access everything in Canvas, okay? All right, so that's gonna end our session today. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you tomorrow. Mr. Naha, are you still on? Is there anything else you want to add? Okay, maybe he is not on, or so we'll go ahead and end the session today, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good day, and thank you everybody for your attention.